Hey, it's been a little while since I did a video, and I saw a couple movies this weekend that I wanted to do reviews for you. And the first one I want to start with is a movie called Searching. I got this movie at the Redbox, and I missed it in theaters. I don't know if I didn't hear about it or I don't know. I missed it in theaters, got it at the Redbox. Anyway, I watched it. This was a very good movie. Um, by the way, if you like my videos, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and you can hit the notification button. That way you're notified when I make new videos. Okay, so this movie is about, let me start with the cast first. We have John Cho. The character he plays is David Lee. And David Lee, John Cho, we know him from White Castles that he did way back in 2004. And I was thinking, like, he looks kind of old. Like, so I looked him up, and he's actually 46 years old, which is shocking to me because I definitely thought he was younger than me, but he's older than me. So, he's aging age appropriately, I'll say. He did an excellent job in this movie. Then we have Sarah Son. Now, she plays Pamela Lee, David's wife. And then we have Michelle Law, who played, the character she plays is Margaret Lee, and that's their daughter. Then we have Deborah Messing, which was a surprise to me. She plays lead detective Rose in this movie. And then we also have Jason Lee, and he plays Peter Lee, who is David's brother. Okay, so this whole movie is about, and if I haven't said so already, there's really no spoilers here. And the reason that is, there's no way in hell you can predict the ending of this movie, okay? It's just not possible. So anyway, this movie centers around a father whose daughter, 16-year-old daughter at the time, goes missing. And basically the route that he takes, learning of her disappearance, first reacting to it to try to figure out what he needs to do to get her back, to figure out where she's at. And the amazing thing with this movie is technology. It's crazy because the entire movie was shot on cell phones, laptops. Every time you see somebody in the movie who's talking, they're being filmed, whether doing FaceTime with somebody on a phone call, or they're doing FaceTime on a laptop with somebody, or the laptop is left open while they're doing a phone call or whatever they're doing in the room, and that's the screen that you're seeing them through, is a laptop camera that's coming through. So it's genius because, as we all know, we're always on social media, and this is exactly how everything takes place here. I mean, it's so much so to where, like, if you were to go missing, sure, the cops might want to reach out to find people that you know and talk to them, but it seems like they would have better luck if they went to your social media platforms, all of them, to figure out who you're hanging out with, what you're into, where you go, what you do. It's a literal breakdown of who you are and what you're up to. So, excuse me, that's displayed well in this movie. And there's so many twists and turns throughout this movie. You're at the tip of your seat. You're constantly trying to figure out what's going on, and you never do, because as soon as you think you got it, there's another twist turn in, and we have a whole new possible ending that you're looking at. So anyway, this movie was really, really good, and anyone can watch it. There was like no gruesome stuff here. I highly recommend family type movie, thriller, keep you on your toes. And I would give this movie an 8.5, 9, because I thought it was so good. And the other thing I want to say here is that if you can get it, on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, wait and listen to the directors talk about how this movie was made, because it's two guys who are the directors, and basically they took an idea to a production company, the movie production company, and they presented this to them because they wanted to do a short movie, like an 8-minute movie. And the production company was so blown away, they were like, yes, we want the movie. No, we don't want a short one. We want a full-blown movie. We'll fund it. So then they were, sent into tailspin trying to figure out how to take their original short movie idea, to make it a long 2-hour event. And what they did, they said a few things that just struck me. They shocked the heck out of me, let me say. One, there are Easter eggs all throughout this entire movie. So they said so many Easter eggs, I'm going to have to go back and watch this movie to see stuff that I know I missed. They shot this movie with different cameras, with drones, with iPhones. Very little of the movie was shot with an actual regular camera that they use to make movies, but they used it just a little bit. The biggest thing that caught me off guard in how they made this movie is one of the directors, they took him and they had him shoot every single solitary scene of the movie. And what I mean is that they threw him into each scene. So like there's a scene where the young girl is in her room, you know, like sitting at her desk with a laptop and she's doing her social media thing, and he's literally sitting there saying all her words, you know, doing the full script. So he does this whole movie himself. So they started backwards, and they started at the end sort of, and went towards the beginning of the movie. And what I mean, like I said, he shot it all, but then after they had everything caught on camera, they brought all the actors in, because the idea they had for this movie was so out of the ordinary in how they were shooting it. They had to show all the actors with what they've recorded of this director what they were looking for. So then the actor is left with the script that they've already read, but now they have this complete, total movie that the director just showed you, to let you know exactly what he's looking for and how they're going to shoot it. And it was sort of like green light going off at that moment for each of the actors, because they're like, oh, okay, this is how you guys are doing it. And I think what they did with this, they broke the mold on how a movie is going to be made from now on. Rules that were made and have been followed forever are seeming to be broken all the time, but in like the best ways possible. Another thing I want to say is that they did say every single thing that you read on the movie, and I mean like when they show a screen that has a social media account and every single thing, whether it's YouTube, they wrote every single thing that you see on there. I think that's amazing. It's pretty cool. So like I said, I highly recommend this movie for everybody. You should go ahead and grab it at the Redbox. You'd be missing out if you didn't watch this movie. And another thing I quickly want to say is that this is the second movie I've seen where it's like mostly an all Asian cast on this movie, and I love it. I'm here for it. I want to see more of it. I think a whole lot of groups have been left out of movies, acting, directing, making them whatever, and it's definitely time for these molds to be broken and, I mean, crushed, because I want to see everybody doing it and doing it well, because that's what they did here. So, hope you enjoy. Thanks for the time.